Getty. Livia Giugioli became involved with Mr. Brancaccia when she had temporarily split from Mr. Firth. In a joint statement, Livia Giugioli, 48, and Oscar-winning star Firth revealed they had temporarily split up a few years ago. During this time, she had become involved with former childhood friend Marco Brancaccia. However, she got back together with Firth and this week made a complaint to police about Mr. Brancaccia, a 55-year-old news agency journalist, who she claims has since been threatening her through telephone calls and texts. She also accused the Italian of emailing photographs to her husband, which prompted the Hampshire-born actor to alert Italian prosecutors. Gettym's Giugioli claims Mr. Brancaccia has been threatening her through telephone calls and texts. Mr. Brancaccia carried out a frightening campaign of harassment over several months. Official statement: it is understood police then seized Brancaccia's computer and phone, but the couple's complaints were made public, and yesterday the Firths reluctantly explained the link to Brancaccia and revealed for the first time how they had split up some years ago. The statement, issued by the couple's agent, said, "For obvious reasons, the Firths have never had any desire to make this matter public. A few years ago Colin and Livia privately made the decision to separate. During that time Livia briefly became involved with former friend Mr. Brancaccia. The Firths have since reunited," the statement added. Subsequently, Mr. Brancaccia carried out a frightening campaign of harassment over several months, much of which is documented. As a consequence of his stalking, threats and refusal to desist, a legal complaint was lodged with the Italian authorities. Gettym's Giugioli has reportedly known Mr. Brancaccia since her school days. The reporting this week on this case is understood to be the consequence of a leaked court document. "This is greatly to be regretted. Ms. Giugioli has known Mr. Brancaccia since her school days. She and her famous husband, star of Bridget Jones' Diary, The King's Speech and Pride and Prejudice, own a house in Umbria." According to police papers, Mr. Brancaccia is alleged to have started stalking Ms. Giugioli in September 2016 because he could not bear being cut out of her life. It is unclear how much earlier their affair had ended, but the complaint to police claims he threatened to write compromising articles about her in Firth, according to the Italian newspaper La Repubblica. Ms. Giugioli was said to be living in terror and thought he might be following her, it was alleged. Prosecutors have put in a request to judges in Rome to take the case to trial Tuesday, September 6, 2016, but Mr. Brancaccia's lawyers have hit back, saying, Mr. Brancaccia has absolutely nothing to do with the events described and has already filed a legal complaint to protect his good name and his honor. According to colleagues, he is currently working at a bureau in Brazil. Firth, who won an Oscar for his portrayal of George VI in The King's Speech, secured Italian citizenship last year. The hugely popular star married Ms. Giugioli, a producer and also an Italian national, in 1997. They have two sons, Luca, 16, and Matteo, 13.